What's up, guys? Welcome back to part 3 of our 4-part series where we'll be going over every monster in Silent Hill. We have already finished 1 and 2. If you have not seen either of those yet, I suggest you'd go watch them first before coming to this. I have already done Silent Hill 1's monsters, as you can see, and I've already done Silent Hill 2's monsters. Kind of disappointed Silent Hill 2 did not get as many views as I thought it was going to get. I think maybe it got restricted or something without my acknowledgement, but does not matter nonetheless. Let's get straight into it. So for Silent Hill 3, a lot similarly to Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 3 will have monsters in it that do symbolize Alessa or Cheryl's manifestations of emotions or trauma, things like that. But that's like a backline priority in Silent Hill 3, whereas in 2, the symbolism was really what mattered. So we're just gonna get straight into it like the other 2 videos. I'm gonna be going into how I like them, their design, how difficult they were to fight in combat, and then yeah, we're just gonna rate them on the scale. So for the first one is the Closer. Hilarious. This is probably my favorite monster out of all the monsters in Silent Hill 3, which to start off is funny. The Closer is probably the most terrifying out of all the Silent Hill 3 monsters for me. And I'm only gonna say that because the way it looks is just weird. The way it has like one slit open on its head, but the head is like tubular and it's connected to like a whole other head on top of it. And then it has like mounds of flesh as arms, and the way it like towers over Cheryl when you're playing. I think it was a great idea for this monster to be the first monster you meet in Silent Hill 3 to really get the point across that these monsters are a lot more like demented looking. Like they really tried to focus just gore on this game, I feel like, and I love it for that. It definitely strikes me as like body horror, which I love. So as far as what the Closer symbolizes, apparently it's a manifestation of Alessa's memories of her mother's abuse, hence why the enlarged arms. I don't know how true that is. I'm gonna go off on a whim from the wiki, and be like, okay, but I don't know how true that is. Do not take that wiki for granted. A lot of what Silent Hill is about is interpretation and what you feel. So if it has a different meaning to you guys, so be it. Combat wise, so I'm gonna be real. When I play Silent Hill 3, I'm running past a lot of these enemies. A lot of these enemies are very difficult to kill. Versus Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2's difficulty versus Silent Hill 3's difficulty is like Dark Souls level jumps. Silent Hill 3 has very hard bosses, and Silent Hill 3 has very hard monsters to fight. Silent Hill 2 is a cakewalk compared to 3. With that being said, I had a really lovely time fighting Closers, and I mean that sarcastically. They're super annoying. They are bullet sponges constantly. Like I said, I run past these. I actually got a 420 run on Silent Hill 3, and I think I played hard as the difficulty. So I'm quite proud of that. I beat the game in 4 hours, 20 minutes, which I know is not like speedrunner level, but I am proud that I beat the game in less than 5 hours. I'm very proud of that. So I think I'm gonna go off on a crazy idea here, and I'm gonna put Closer in S tier. I'm not gonna put it any higher than any of the Silent Hill 2 monsters for obvious reasons. All right, so the next one we're going with is the Double Head. Now, a lot like the 2 dog monsters in Silent Hill 1, we've got a dog monster in 3. And this one is pretty much the same thing. but it's got 2 dog heads. And apparently the reason why it has 2 dog heads is because Alyssa was afraid of dogs. Again, I don't know how true that is. So same thing applies from the closer to here. Your interpretation is your interpretation. If I see something in the comments that is different from what the wiki is telling me, cool. I like that. I don't really know what this dog is going to symbolize other than dogs with no skin being scary. With that being said, I wish they would have done something different. You got 3 dog monsters in here now, and I feel like skinned dogs is just kind of Silent Hill's like bread and butter, like maybe not bread and butter, but like peanut butter jelly sandwich. It's just something they can go to that's simple, quick, and easy, and it's efficient. I don't hate it, but I just think that I wish they would do something different. With that being said, it's gonna be like low B tier. Next one we're gonna go for, that's God. So I think that this is probably the best boss Silent Hill has ever done. Objectively, I think that God is objectively Silent Hill's best boss they've ever come out with. Just like the way that it comes about, the way that eat that thing that's in your inventory so that it can like prevent it from killing you. I love that it like turns the hole in the floor open, and it like comes straight back from Silent Hill 1. They like flip Silent Hill 1's final boss on its head and do the same thing with God. I like that a lot. And this boss is super difficult to fight if you don't have enough ammo and enough resources. I love that. The design is very eerie. I love that it's like a woman's body but on a like skeletal figure. I like metaphysically it screams incomplete, and that's exactly what this boss is. It's an incomplete version of the God that Alessa was trying to be reincarnated as. Well, I wouldn't even say trying to be reincarnated as, was forced to be reincarnated as. I love the design. I love the fight too. The fight is super fun. The music is really good, and I like that it kind of looks like Alessa. So, yeah, I'm going to put it in S tier, definitely. And I'm going to put it, like, right around here. Yeah, like I said, I love the boss. I love everything about it. And I think that's all I really have to say about it, though. The next one we've got to go for is the Insane Cancer. Hate confronting the Insane Cancer. It's going to be an S tier because of that. The Insane Cancer is, for some reason, something that gets me so creeped out and eerie. And I know that the entire reason why they're there is to just slow Cheryl down, because I feel like Silent Hill 3 definitely went for the survival over combat, you know, whereas like Silent Hill 2, we could say Silent Hill 2 is more combat focused for its time. So the Insane Cancer is definitely a harder enemy to fight. It's a bullet sponge. There's really no point in shooting it or trying to kill it. It just blocks the path. Funny story, my first playthrough of Silent Hill 3, the shotgun that's in the train room where the Insane Cancer is in there, I literally skipped that room and played the game all the way up until the apartment parking lot boss fight. I forget his name. I think it's the missionary. And I couldn't beat that boss because I didn't have a shotgun, and I had a lot of shotgun ammo. So shout out to the Insane Cancer for making it to where I had to replay the entire game. And I think a lot of the backline fear I have about the Insane Cancer is that I know they do a lot of damage, and I know that in this game it's really hard to find meds in this game, so I just choose to say no, and I just go along with my way, and I think that is fine. So yeah, I'm going to put him in like lower S tier with the closer. Oh, not right there. Okay. So the next one we got is Leonard Wolf. And Leonard Wolf is a super cool boss design-wise. I do kind of like that we don't really know who he is until we actually like find him, and he's like, yeah, I'm the father of Claudia Wolf. I hate her so much, this, that, and the other. Leonard's the whole reason why Claudia is trying to resurrect their god. I don't like the boss fight. I think it's really repetitive, and I think it's really hard to find a lot of fun in it. And the reason why that is because a lot of the boss fight is him doing one of two moves, either a slash or like a jab kind of thing. And the rest of the boss fight is him swimming in the water. And I just kind of find that a little repetitive. I do know that we weren't really working with much on the PlayStation 2, and I know that other routes, but they chose to go this one because this route made the most sense. And I understand that, but I think for what it is, I think the Leonard Wolf's boss fight is very mid, but the entirety of Brookhaven Hospital before this is super fun. So I think I'm gonna put him, I think we're gonna go C tier. Yeah, I think we're gonna go C tier on that. Okay, so the next boss fight we have is Alessa, or I guess the memory of Alessa. This boss fight is S tier. Hands down, one of the coolest bosses Silent Hill's ever done. I know I said that from the god, but mechanic perspective, so cool. The fact that there's 4 phases of Silent Hill's memory of Alessa boss, Dark Souls would steal this not 20 years after. That is crazy. Silent Hill was one of the first games to add phases to a boss. That is so cool because it goes from knife to pipe to handgun to submachine gun. And I love that. I love that so much. And she has very high health. She's kind of easy to cheese though. You can get her in a stun lock pretty easily, especially if you get the katana. But I think symbolically this boss is cool. Combat wise, this boss is cool. How it's on like a carousel, because that was where she was at when she had the nightmare for the first time in the start of the game. That's really cool. And I know I have her above Mary and above God. Me personally, I know this isn't gonna make so much sense. Me personally, I have God as my highest here. But the memory of Alessa objectively is a better boss, means more for the story and for Cheryl's character development, and is funner to fight. So like, therefore I'm gonna put it higher because it's just an objectively a better boss. And the music is super cool too, so yeah. Okay, so now we have the missionary. Like I said before, when I forgot the shotgun from the insane cancer, it not even soft locked me, it hard locked me out of this boss fight because I didn't have a shotgun. So I literally couldn't fight this boss, and I had to restart the game. Therefore, S tier. I do think this boss is cool. I do think that the boss is a little fast. I think the boss is a little hard to hit sometimes, and but I do like that the boss can block gunshots. I think that's really cool. I feel like guns are really good in Silent Hill, which makes sense. Everything is melee based for the most part, so guns are going to be really good, but I feel like they are too good when it comes to certain bosses in Silent Hill. So I think therefore the missionary does have something going for it because it pretty much forces you to take a more melee-based approach, and then afterwards use guns. But I think with that being said, I know I'm kind of blazing through this, but I don't have a lot to say with a lot of these monsters because, you know, they don't really have a lot of symbolism in the game other than just being there to torment Cheryl. The numb body. Now, I do have some some Delulu with this boss. I fucking hate this boss, by the way. This boss in the game, combat-wise, is one of the most annoying things to go against, dude. I hate it. They have a lot of health. They, like, seem to spawn in multiple numbers of them. They're just gross looking. Like, they sound annoying. They're gross looking. When they walk, it sounds like they're walking in water with flippers. And it's just, man, it's not a good time. And I know the game is supposed to be unsettling. That's the point. So for there, I'm putting it in A tier because they get the job done as far as making the game unsettling. My delusion ship for the numb body is that I feel like, I don't know if this is true or not, I feel like the reason why the numb body is headbutting Cheryl in the stomach is because it is symbolizing the resentment that Cheryl has with the fetus that's inside her currently. And I think that is just 2 and 2. Like, it makes sense, right? I don't know. That's how I feel. Let me know if you guys feel the same way. Bubblehead nurse. Just like Silent Hill 1 and Silent Hill 2, we've got a nurse in this game. They did change the design from 2 to 3, making this a more modest nurse with like the traditional nurse hat that was popping in the 70s or 60s whenever Alessa's child form would have been born. It's a nurse monster. Not much goes on here. Cool, I guess, you know. Not really anything to write home about, and I'm just gonna put it in B tier because I don't really think there's much to do. The next thing we got is I think this is called the Scraper. No, it's called the Pendulum. So, the next monster we have on this list is the Pendulum. This thing, I'm not going to rate it yet. This thing is also super unsettling. They fly, kinda, which I love. They have flying capabilities. They're super slow, though. And melee is almost entirely out of the question. You almost have to use guns with these guys. And these guys are a fucking bitch. These guys are so annoying. I don't use my ammo on these things because I know it's just gonna not work. And therefore I just don't bother with them. And because I don't bother with them, that means they chase me. And when they chase me, sometimes I get stuck and sometimes I will die. And I just think that is it's annoying. It's super annoying. For it achieving its job, though, B tier. Okay, so the Scraper, much like the Missionary boss, they look pretty similar. These guys come out around right before you beat the game. And they are a lot weaker than the Missionary, but they are pretty much the same. And these guys have the same movesets and the same blades that the Missionary has. Once you fight the boss, you know how to fight them. These guys aren't hard to kill either. Their health is super nerfed from their boss form. It's a cool monster though, and I mean you only get to see a few in this room before you get to the butterfly room, and then before you actually end up beating the game. So I like that there's variety, and I like that they made something, you know, different. As for symbolism, these are apparently actual members of the order and are manifestations of Claudia's desire of what the order members should have been. But they obviously couldn't do it because their god had not yet been born. So, I think that's really cool too. So I'm gonna put it like high 8 here. Really cool monster. Slurpers, D tier. I'm kidding as far as D tier goes. I think the design of this monster is super cool. I hate going against these things. These are some of the most annoying things to go against. The way they run around you while you're down and making you take damage. The way they stop you in your tracks and make you fall to the floor while you're running. The way how they like not only stop you in your tracks and hurt you, but there's multiple of them in a hallway and they just bounce from one wall to the next. And they just keep doing that and keep doing that and keep doing that. And then sometimes you might just end up dying from it. And it's so annoying. And I am mauling anytime I'm going against this monster. That's why it's in D tier. Fuck them. Okay. The split worm. I love that the split worm came back from 1 to 3. I think that's super cool. Wherever it is in right here, Silent Hill 1. I love that it's in here, and I love that it got a different look. Here's the thing. When I was talking about how guns make bosses too easy, this is what I'm talking about. Because if you have not used your pistol ammo leading up to this fight and you just have only used a melee attack, which is what I do, this boss is ridiculously easy. Like, you can no-hit it, no problem. You don't even have to be good at games to no-hit this boss. And I just feel like they could have done a lot more with it. Maybe, like, let the gun be the item you get after this boss. I think that would have been fine, and I think meleeing this boss is super doable. I love the look of it, and I love where it comes out at. It comes out in a subway. That makes sense. You're underground. I just think that, like, you getting a gun this early makes it very easy on the boss. And that is unfortunate. Okay. Valtiel. Valtiel is my favorite character or monster in Silent Hill. And the reason why that is because he plays such a pivotal role in the games, but is a very passive character. And I think that's super cool. And like, we don't have much to know other than it's possible that he is like a correspondent for like Metatron, which is the like angel we are trying to summon. I love that he pretty much like haunts Cheryl the whole time, and like you'll see Valtiel in very like weird areas, like that point in the game where it's gone overworld, and I think it's Hilltop Center that you're in, and you're going up that very long ladder, and you see him like turning or cranking that wheel that he's going around with, and you see like the 2 body sacks twitching in the cages with it. I think like imagery wise, it's so disturbing, it's so cool, and it just like, they cooked with Silent Hill 3 so hard. They cooked. Silent Hill 3 is, in my opinion, don't shoot me for this, don't hate on me for this, Silent Hill 3 I think is a better game than Silent Hill 2. And a lot of people don't feel that way because Silent Hill 2 has a lot of like emotional symbolism in it, and a lot of people gravitate to that. That's cool. Silent Hill 3 objectively, story-wise, is a better game though. And this even goes to show like how in detail they wanted to go with the story, because Valtiel's name literally means attendant of God. So, like they, from the time they named him, they knew what they were doing. I have some delusions about why he's constantly turning wheels to, and that is to symbolize that he is keeping the cycle going. And the wiki does support this too. Now, I don't know how true it is, but you know, one can cope. Yeah, Valtiel is super cool though. I love Valtiel as a character, and Valtiel is such a cool character that Valtiel is literally, no, not, okay, let me rephrase that. Pyramid Head is entirely illustrated in homage to Valtiel. They have the same gloves, the same robes, the same like cloth stitching, and the same like body style. So like, what is there to really say other than that? And I think that's it. Silent Hill 3 did get the only D tier character. That is going to change with 4. There's there's a lot of cool monsters in 4, and there's a lot of not cool monsters in 4. We will be getting to 4 in the next video. I hope you guys liked this one, and I hope you guys will like the 4th one. If you want something else to watch, there's a Silent Hill 2 tier list I did that's much longer than this. And I will be having 4 out. There's also going to be a clip where you can watch Homecoming. And now I am going to be I'm going to be making a new let me start over. And I will be going, start over again. And I will be remaking a, and I will be making a new YouTube video outside of this series after Silent Hill 4 comes out. I'll be writing that script more when I'm on my trip in April. I have just started writing that script, and it is going to be on Silent Hill 3. And then after that, I have another horror game I'm going to do. I'm not spoiling it. And then from there, we're just going to get litty. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Do not forget to like, share the video, maybe subscribe if you're not already. And I will catch you guys in part 4 of this tier list series. Bye-bye!